hope you've had a great week. We sure have, and we've put together another exciting round of stories for you. First off, where were you during today's partial solar eclipse? We will be exploring the eclipse phenomenon, and we hear from some of you about your expectations.
This time I'm fully prepared to really witness it, by having the glasses to wear and then also watch how it's being done. Maybe it can help me pass my exam, something I can write about it.
Then we go over to Agbogloshi here in Accra to visit a daycare center which turns into a video game center at night. Also, young boys who hunt for scrap to take care of themselves. These and many more stories coming up in today's edition of News Generation. My name is Ifo Akwa Harrison. Please stay with us. News Generation, supported by
Cowbell with Vitarid. Almost even tough stains in just one step.
Daily Blue Band, Daily Grow. Indomie instant noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
So today at exactly 1:22 p.m. it briefly became dark. It was a partial solar eclipse that not only occurred here in Ghana but in other parts of the world. We'll have more on the eclipse and what some of you did today in our subsequent bulletins. But in this edition, we explored the eclipse phenomenon. What is it and why does it happen? A lot of you already did your research on the eclipse, but for those of you who didn't...
So who can tell me what will be happening on the 3rd of November, this Sunday?
Please, the solar eclipse.
Okay. So who can tell me what solar eclipse is?
Solar eclipse is when the moon comes in between the sun and the earth. And there will be total dark. Partial eclipse will be just a little darkness around, but the total darkness responds to when the moon covers the full size of the sun.
Okay. So who remembers the last time this kind of eclipse occurred in Ghana?
Around September 2006.
As you heard, the last eclipse in Ghana was 7 years ago in 2006. That was a total eclipse and day turned to night. Before that, there was an eclipse in 1947. So it's no surprise that solar eclipses might seem a bit rare. But did you know eclipses happen quite often?
It occurs about, say, twice every year, but it's spread all throughout the world so that it's democratization of it. Everybody must see it, but it comes from time to time and changes from place to place.
Do you know that you need special glasses to view the eclipse or else you risk spoiling your eyesight?
It's because the sun's voltage is extremely powerful. It has S-rays, gamma rays, ultraviolet.
What in particular is used to make these glasses?
It's alumina in chemical coat. So it blocks off. When you use this and you look at the sky, you can't see anything. You can't see the clouds. So it's dark. But when I use it for the sun appears to be like the traffic amber, the yellow. And it's like a ball hanging there. If you use any shade and the color of the sun is gray, it means you are collecting still some harmful rays from the X-ray, gamma ray into your eye.
Did you also know that with the special glasses you could watch the eclipse of the sun even if it's not being experienced in the country? You would need to know when an eclipse would be happening though to know when to look out for it.
If it's happening in South Africa, you can see it from here, but you won't be visited by the passing shadow. Maybe around 11 o'clock. And I take my shade, and I know the time in South Africa, and it's about, say, 2 hours ahead. I would use that calculation, take my shade, look, and I would spot the moon as black disk in the face of the sun crossing as South Africans will see. But I will not be visited by the overpassing shadow. The overpassing shadow will be in South Africa.
But it will still be dark here. Or it won't be dark.
It won't be dark here because the darkness is caused by the shadow of the moon.
And with that being said, a lot of you were eager to watch this year's eclipse since most of you were too young to know what was going on last time.
Yeah. Last time I witnessed it, I was very young, so I was indoors. Actually, my mom and dad told me to stay indoors. So, like the whole day I was sleeping.
This time I'm fully prepared to really witness it, yeah. By having the glasses to wear and then also watch how it's being done, maybe it can help me pass my exam, something I can write about it.
And how about you? Did you manage to get the special 2 CD glasses? If you did, keep them. You might be able to see the eclipse going to happen in South Africa in a few months from here. It won't get dark and you may not even notice, but if you research the exact time and you put on your special glasses, you will see the moon over the sun very briefly. The next eclipse that Ghana will see will be in 2027. Video Center by night, daycare center by day. It is one of the few educational lifelines in Agbogbloshie. Despite the challenges of living in such an area, the residents have high hopes for the future.
These are pupils of Blessed School Complex at Agbogbloshie, a slum community in Accra. The daycare center is housed in this wooden structure. It has no windows and the roof is made of metal sheets which heat up in the sun. Over 100 children are crammed in this room and the heat is unbearable. At night, the structure becomes something else with a different identity, a video center. 10-year-old Fidos Karim attends the school during the day. She is hopeful she will achieve her dreams and have a bright future.
When I come to school, I will learn very hard.
When you grow up, what do you want to
be? Nurse. Nurses take care of sick people.
Saka Mohammed is a teacher here.
It is not very easy to teach children like this caliber. You know, some of them are not matured as it used to be. So we have some ways that we train them. And our place here, it is very hard for us to get a land whereby we can establish a very large school and we can separate it like classes.
Despite the obvious problems, he still feels motivated to teach the children.
I'm very happy that I'm teaching them and they're also understanding something from me. That is the only motivation that I used to get from me. You know, some of them, their parents are not educated. Because of that, excuse me to say, they don't know much about education. So the children are left behind in the community. Whilst a lot of them are potters. So they will leave them to some people and then they will go into the markets to look for their money. While the children are being sacrificed in the community. So because of that, I thought that if I establish something like this, they can bring them. And at the end of the day, the children can also learn certain things in the school as their colleagues are learning over there.
Parents pay 1 CD a day for their children to attend the daycare center, where they are assured of a meal every afternoon. But a recent fire in the community has meant that some children cannot make it to the center.
It has affected some of them. Some of them are not, about 20 of them are not yet in school. But the remaining 30, I went to them and I told them that they should give everything to God and then the children, they should bring them. Even some of them are not having uniforms at the moment. So I told them they can wear the house attire and then they should come and join their colleagues at school. So because of that, some of them are in. And the others too, their parents are still complaining about they have some problems. So when they finish solving them, then they will bring them into the school.
It's a cycle of searching for metals which have value and can be sold. Some boys in Old Fadama live off selling residual scrap metal. Fatau, who does not know his age, just joined the business a year ago.
Fatau Yako, Mayule, so John Sinkiton, John, Gymnastic Ganakobe. So no Ganakobe, send 5 shillings 10 cents. So can Korean to Sukan, Capi during the current grant, and the Biabia has so can be a dance on Biabia.
Fatau and other boys like him spend their days searching for metals to sell. They pick up pieces of metals left behind by workers in the scrapyard in Agbogbloshi in Accra. What they pick could earn them between 5 and 10 cedis on a good day, but when things do not go very well. It is a life they know and are comfortable with for now. It is not all gloomy at the scrapyard. The business is profitable and is the source of livelihood for many families. The larger community of Old Fadama does not have much going for it. The community has few social amenities and educational infrastructure and is the reason why Fatau and other boys are not in school. But that doesn't necessarily mean they are stuck. They all have hopes and plans of leaving this life behind, and for those who want to continue, make a good business out of selling scrap metal.
Now for other stories from the local scene.
Government has cut down the number of Get Fund scholarships it gives out yearly because it is unable to pay the fees of Ghanaian students studying abroad due to economic challenges. The Ghana Education Trust Fund has been struggling to pay the allowances of fees of students on government scholarships in various countries for 2013. According to the Deputy Minister for Education, Samuel Okujato Ablakwa, government is working to pay outstanding debt owed current beneficiaries immediately. He, however, denied that the scholarship scheme has been cancelled. Users of kerosene would be paying the highest price in the latest review of prices of petroleum products. Residual fuel, which is mainly used by industries, has gone up by 5.22%, whilst consumers of petrol and diesel would be paying about 2% more for every litre purchased at any service station. Liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, has increased by 1.22%. Premix fuel, which has over the past month seen huge leaps in price, would however not be adjusted. Over $400 million is needed for a total facelift of the Ghana Trade Fair Center, which is fast deteriorating. Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the center, Nana Kwame Ofori Amanfo, says they will need a massive injection of private capital to aid the center. He wants the board of the center to quickly decide on a public-private partnership to avert a complete collapse. The Trade Fair Center, set up in 1960 to be used as a promotional tool to gain access into the international market, has not had any major rehabilitation. Structures on the 120-acre land were put up temporarily for the first National Trade Fair in 1967.
Local news round. We have more News Generation coming up after this.
Give kids the taste they love and the nutrition they need. Daily Blue Band, Daily Growth.
sometimes a stained t-shirt can make you the happiest man. Now Omo Multi-Active removes even tough stains in just one step. Best ever stain removal from Omo.
And we are back. Now, the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools says parents should be prepared to pick up the cost of utilities for their wards. This comes as government withdraws utility subsidies to all public institutions, including public schools, hospitals, and security agencies. The government will no longer pay the utility bills of ministries, departments, and agencies. The directive, which was given in January this year, is yet to be implemented. What's up with that?
I don't think it's a good idea because parents who work in markets and other things will have to work extra hard. Like my parents work where my mother works at Kantamanto. Her things got bent, so she has to she has to work extra mile, and things are also not going well. The economy is very hard to get money, and I really think it's not a good idea. The government should work on it so he can improve that.
It's not the best because they have to work hard and pay the money and pay the bills of the house and also pay the bills in the school, meaning they have to work extra hard to get that money. And that one, it's not a day work. That one you have to go through hard times before you get that money. So that one I don't think it's the best. They have to pay for the home, not for the school, because the school has to take care of it because they pay school fees. It is added to the school fees. So that one, it's not the work of the parents to do.
I don't think it's good because parents will have to pay for the electricity bills at home as well as in schools, and the amount of income they get monthly is not that sufficient for them to pay for the house and that of the school. So it would be better if the government do away with it or just make sure that the initiative is the money used is not that huge so that parents can adjust themselves to that situation.
It's not good at all because our parents in the house, they cannot even afford the electricity bills in the house, not even talk about that in the school. And our parents, some of the parents give birth to 4 or 6, and how can they take care of their school fees and their shelter and the rest and pay electricity bill in the school again? It's a burden on the parents.
Your views on WhatsApp. Now, sports and physical education are fundamental to the early development of children and can help young people learn values such as honesty, teamwork, and respect for one another. This is what a group of people are trying to promote.
To make her my wife. Me and your daughter belong together to the right.
Sports and entertainment are attractive activities for young people and older persons. Youth Link Ghana is using sports and play programs to encourage young people, particularly school children, to learn about malaria and HIV/AIDS. The program, Live and Let's Live, is a one-day malaria and HIV awareness program for basic schools in Accra. The program seeks to educate children in basic schools about the Millennium Development Goal. The campaign also aims to identify talent at the basic school level. The Millennium Development Goals seeks to solve some of the world's biggest problems by 2015, thus to halt and begin to reverse the spread of HIV and AIDS by 2015, and to achieve universal access to treatment for HIV and AIDS for all those who need it. The theme of the program, Entertainment and Sports, Tool for Behavioral Change, is to use sports and entertainment to change views about AIDS and malaria. According to the Ghana Health Service, malaria is the #1 killer in the country, and 1/3 of deaths in children under the age of 5 are caused by malaria. On the average, malaria kills a child every minute.
The whole concept is trying to use sports and entertainment to try to educate them about HIV, about malaria prevention. So that's basically what to live in. So they're trying to tell the parents that they want the parents to live so that the kids too can live. Because the parents live, then they can live.
Records from the World Health Organization revealed regular participation in physical activities provide people with a wide range of social and mental health benefits. At the Elwak Stadium in Accra, some basic schools in Accra came together to learn through sports. Football, athletics, music and dance were the activities of the day.
Basically, entertainment and sports, especially soccer, is big in this country. So if change is going to happen, you just need to focus on the things that Guineans like, and that's entertainment and sports. And children are basically the driving force for this change we're talking about. And so that's why again, they're trying to tell their parents all about parents change. Once they change, they will change. And they're saying that because you people like sports and entertainment, let's use that to educate them, basically.
Deputy Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Sena Okitidria, was there.
There are children who have HIV/AIDS, no fault of theirs, through rape, through early sex, and all other things. But most of the time, we all know that HIV/AIDS is being acquired mostly through sex. So, students, please abstain from early sex. We need you alive. We need you alive. So please, if anybody comes to you asking for sex, report the person. Come back.
And still in sports, World Football Governing Body FIFA has given the go-ahead for the 2014 World Cup playoff between Egypt and Ghana to be played in Cairo. This decision follows an earlier request by Ghana for the match to be played at a neutral venue due to security concerns in that country.
Essien, out of favour at club level, still a star at international level. Waris to Jan. Asamoah Jan scores! 5 minutes in.
Ghana had petitioned FIFA to switch the venue for the game to a neutral venue because of the uncertain political situation in Egypt. FIFA has, however, decided that the second leg playoff on November 19 will come off in Cairo. Despite the decision, the Ghana Football Association says it is committed to the game. The GFA says it will focus on preparing the team to win the match in Cairo and qualify for the 2014 World Cup without compromising the security of the team. According to FIFA, a visit by its security inspection delegation approved the Air Defense Stadium for the match. The World Governing Body noted it has received security guarantees from the government of Egypt to protect the Black Stars during their visit. The Fires of Egypt are under immense pressure to overturn the first leg scoreline. The Black Stars of Ghana defeated Egypt by 6-1 in Kumasi on October 15. The aggregate winner qualifies for next year's World Cup finals in Brazil.
Sharp reactions from the Ghanaian captain. Muntari did very well to improvise something.
And we'll be finding out what the world is talking about right after this.
We all know how important good nutrition is to grow up big and strong. Not only is cowbell milk enriched with 28 vitamins and minerals, it's also boosted by the 5 most important vitamins, which we call Vita-Rich.
It's got vitamin A for good eyesight development. It's got vitamin C to help fight infections. It's got vitamin D and calcium to help build strong bones and teeth. It's got vitamin E to help with body protection. And it's got vitamin K for general well-being and immunity.
For good health and vitality, only cowbell with Vita-Rich puts you on the fast track.
Mommy, see 5 tomatoes.
Okay, if I take one, how many will be left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
Oh, that's my girl. Spell nutrition.
N-U-T-R-I-T-I-O-N.
That's my girl.
Will you spell nutrition?
Wow, a new spelling champion.
Yeah, that's my girl.
There's no mom like you, no noodles like Indomie. That's why caring mothers trust Indomie to give their best to their family.
That's my mom.
Indomie instant noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Trick or treat. That is what children in some places around the world say on October 31st every year. They wear funny and scary costumes and go from house to house collecting candy or sweets. They do this to celebrate a festival called Halloween. The world celebrated Halloween and was talking about it. It is the one day where you get a lot of candy, but it is also the day that celebrates all things spooky and scary, All Hallows Eve. From Asia to North America, children and adults alike prepare for Halloween, dressing up in costumes of various kinds, attending parties and decorating their homes like a haunted house. Even President Obama's current residence, the White House, was turned into a temporary place for monsters, witches, zombies, and other scary things. For most, the thrill is in the chance to dress up as something you normally wouldn't, scary or not. But Halloween is not just for fun. An article I saw on CNN quoted a practicing witch in Canada sharing her dislike for Halloween because it stereotypes witches. She claims she's not like the witches that are shown in the movies. Well, here in Ghana, we take these things of the spirit very seriously. Ghanaian children we spoke to did not have Halloween fever.
Others dress as witches, vampires, monsters.
They normally wear masks, paint their faces, their nails so long and stuff.
Halloween, others call it the Devil's Night. And we know it's normally celebrated on the 1st of October. Always celebrated in the night for spirits and other souls to come and wander around the earth.
So what do you think about this festival?
Some spirits are involved, so I don't think it's actually good.
Yes, it's true. That night you see many demonic spirits around, so it's bad.
It's not a good thing to do, okay? Because we are all Christians, and then that's kind of devil spirits that we know are not good. It scares children a lot. Some children are afraid of kind of spirits that we're talking about, so I don't think something good for us to do.
So you think it's scary, eh? Okay. You don't think Ghanaians should celebrate such festival? So what do you think, those who celebrate it, what do you think they should be doing?
They have to stop it because it's not good.
So we don't believe in it here. In fact, it was just like any ordinary Thursday. But the world was thrilled to celebrate Halloween. Did you know that Halloween has Christian origins? 1st November is a holy day celebrated by Christians. The celebration of Halloween, of course, has nothing to do with the Christian holy day celebrations. At the same time, though, certain rituals that are done on Halloween are derived from Christianity. But that is a whole other story on its own. We're taking a quick trip around the world to bring you a few interesting stories. The leader of the Pakistani Taliban, Hakimullah Masood, has been killed in a drone strike, a high-ranking Taliban official has told the BBC. The strike targeted a vehicle used by Masood with 4 missiles in the northwestern region of the country. Intelligence sources say 4 other people were killed in the strike, including 2 of Masood's bodyguards. Several previous claims of his death made by US and Pakistani intelligence sources have proven untrue. Syria can no longer make chemical weapons, says international inspectors. The Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons say equipment and parts that could be used to make weapons are no longer usable and have been locked away. But Syria has until next year to actually destroy the chemical weapons. Inspectors from the OPCW were sent there following claims that government forces had used the weapons to kill hundreds of people in August. People using certain Dell laptops have complained that it smells of cat wee. Users of the Latitude 6430U Ultrabooks used mostly for business noticed something sniffy about them and started blaming their cats for the smell. Dell have said that the scent is not cat wee, but a problem in the way the laptops were manufactured. They've now changed this and say the smell was not a health hazard and affected users can send their laptop back for replacement parts. And on that note, we end News Generation this edition. Keep your comments coming on our Facebook page. Of course, check out our website, newsgenerationgh.com. Have a great rest of the weekend. Until next time, see you. Supported by
Cowbell with Vitarid.
Almost even tough stains in just one step. Daily Blue Band, Daily Grow. Instant noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.